Another area you specialize in is Social Security maximization. Now, I don't know what percent, it's a pretty high percentage. I think about 40% of the people start taking Social Security the moment they can at age 62. That's probably a mistake. How do you help people figure out the correct age to take out Social Security based on their entire financial circumstances?
Well, that's a really great question, Jordan. The reality is that you cannot plan for maximizing your Social Security on a micromanaged basis. You really have to look at the entire picture of your financial situation and look for maximum income coordination and extraction from all of your resources. Social Security is just one segment of your retirement income, hopefully. But for those folks that have to have Social Security, they have no choice but to take it. So it's not always about economics. Now, on the economical component of it, there's 567 ways for a married couple to file for Social Security. How in the world do they know how to choose the right option? Well, they really don't, because the information is not being disseminated correctly out to the pre-retired public or the retired public on how to maximize their Social Security. There's now a whole other realm of financial planning that exists where there's 4 major providers of software that does a much better job analyzing and computing the actual Social Security options for maximum extraction of that Social Security benefit to a husband and a wife, or a single, divorced, or widowed person. So now we've got this new function in our lives as independent financial advisors, financial planners, where we're really showing people how to correctly and maximize their Social Security benefits, as well as coordinate that maximization with the rest of their assets.
So if you go to the Social Security Administration directly, either in person or on their website, are you just not getting very good advice when you're trying to figure this out on your own?
Well, the calculators, believe it or not, Jordan, they don't, on Social Security on the website, if you go to ssa.gov, they don't show you how to maximize your benefits. They don't show you the most creative strategy. And if there's 567 ways for a married couple to collect Social Security, it doesn't tell you which one of the 567 is the best choice. That's where we come in. We give you the pieces to the puzzle. And we show you exactly how to get the most amount of Social Security based on the same kind of calculation that Social Security does. It's just that this software is designed to maximize the extraction. And so if we have a husband and a wife who's 66 years old, how do they know, if their husband just retired, how to maximize their Social Security? For certain, they really don't. There is no certainty. They can't call Social Security. Social Security is not allowed to tell them. And the website calculator doesn't work as well as, it should.
What are some of the common misperceptions about when to collect Social Security that people have that you, when you do the analysis, find out for them?
Well, we often get, we had no idea that we could have gotten an extra $100,000 out of the system. Because if you look at Social Security in terms of what it provides, if it provides a $2,000 a month benefit, that's really worth anywhere from $500,000 to $800,000 of portfolio money over your retired life. And now that benefit's also guaranteed for the remaining spouse once the first spouse passes away as a survivor's benefit. So the reality is we had no idea that we could increase our benefits. We see a lot of folks who defer their Social Security benefits intentionally and have no idea that the main breadwinner, post-age 66, could get a spousal benefit and allow his to still grow. That's a real big one. They're always leaving money on the table, and they had no idea that. So the idea behind the maximization strategy is that folks just don't have the information. So when we give them the information, they have the aha expression and comment on in their words, geez, we had no idea that we could do that much better with Social Security.
If you can wait, if you don't need the money, if you can possibly wait until age 70, is that the best possible way of getting the most out of Social Security?
Well, if you're single, widowed, or divorced, yes. But if you're married, no. No, it's not. There's a lot of other strategies and options to consider. But when you look at maximum worth pulled out of Social Security or maximum extraction of that money supply into your life from Social Security and retirement income, it's really been the maximization strategy for Social Security circumvent around getting the most amount of money over your retired life based on an average life expectancy. That's where we get the benefit. Some folks want their Social Security early because they want the most amount of money in their 60s to travel. Some folks can some folks can defer. Some cannot defer. Some folks are working till 66 and don't want to collect their benefits until then. Everybody's situation is different. But the General Accounting Office issued a study last year that said those who can delay taking Social Security should do so. But everybody's situation is different, so you have to look around your own situation and then coordinate.
Are you concerned about the long-term solvency of Social Security? And if so, when would that start hitting?
Well, by Social Security's own admission, on their own Social Security statements today, it says that the Social Security Trust Fund is insolvent by 2033, and that they're going to have to reduce benefits by 25% across the board, assuming there's no increase in taxes or the trust fund assets. I think that date is probably about 8 to 10 years too long. It's more like 2024, 2025. We averaged 15,000 people a day last year getting their Social Security benefits. We're in the middle of a gigantic age wave and boom that's going to put an immense amount of pressure on the system. And unless we can expand the economy and create more jobs or raise the tax revenue for Social Security, we may see a reduction in benefits at some point down the road, but I don't want to scare people. I think that they'll find a way to fix it, and there's a number of proposals and studies that have been contemplated and discussed and talked about. But what concerns me the most, Jordan, right now with Social Security is it's not on anybody's radar. Nobody's talking about how to fix Social Security because obviously it's going to run into a problem in the future. After 2017, we begin to run into the red. Today, we've got about 2.8 workers for every one worker, and that's going to one Social Security recipient, and that's going to steadily decline over time.
That's much sooner. I mean, 10 years for it being in real trouble is much sooner than most people think. So, I mean, people who are putting it off, you're saying, may not get what they're thinking.
Well, we've had people collect Social Security this year just because of that fact. They're concerned that at some point in the near future, there may be a reduction of benefits. And so folks are using that as a decision maker to go ahead and start collecting, no matter what the strategy could be, for maximization. So it's legitimately a concern. The Heritage Foundation put out a great report last year, and they said that their prediction, based on the trust fund financials from May of 2013, stated that by 2024, they were looking for a 25% reduction of benefits, dollar for dollar, assuming there was no increase in the tax base for a Social Security Trust Fund or the fund itself.
Do you think there could be means testing Social Security, meaning the higher your income, the less you get?
I think that's one of the potential solutions on the drawing board. There's no doubt that will happen.
You think it will happen then? Mm-hmm.
I think it will happen, and for the folks that are in that category now that it's decision time, they're collecting. They're not holding off.
I see. So people are trying to beat them before they get there. Okay.
They really are.
Very good. All right, we're going to take a break. This is Jordan Goodman of the Money Answer Show. My guest for this half hour is Jeffrey Small. He's the president of Arbor Financial Services, based in Melbourne, Florida. Their website is arbor-financial.com.